Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Touchline Facts. First and foremost, smash the like button up, hit the sub button up, turn those post notifications so you don't miss an upload or a live stream. I'm joined by Louis the Bertie. Yo, listen, lads, you have all been asking me when am I going to get a Man City fan on? And I have to be honest, it is literally a challenge. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like a bush to a trial. Do you get what I'm saying? Finding one of these lot. Yeah, I'm saying it's honestly a very hard thing to do. Yeah, I'm saying, but we managed to find a Bertie. Do you get what I'm saying? So, what the hell, Wesley, have you put in the chat, by the way? That's crazy. That's getting deleted. But what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. The sun's shining in Manchester. You wouldn't know too much about that, obviously, not being from here. We've got Forest tonight, so I'm going to the game, excited. Gonna get there early, get a few beers down, get a few drinks in the sun. I'm feeling good, mate. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, that sounds great. I've been Manchester. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you've been?
Yeah, I've been Manchester, and everywhere I go, mate,
okay.
I see Man United everywhere, mate. But I don't see any City shirts, mate. I can't quite get it, mate. I mean, there's no Man City fans there. Yeah, I'm saying.
Going to the wrong parts of Manchester, then, mate.
Yeah, but I mean, I go to Manchester. Do you get what I'm saying? That is literally, I mean, the central of Manchester. If there's no Man City fan in the central of Manchester, then clearly you're doing something wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But anyways, big up everyone. Smash the likes up, people. Let's try and get to 20 likes as well. We've got quite a bit to talk. Well, quite a bit to talk about. Liverpool as well yesterday.
You touched that. Can I say, bro? You sure you're not going to Salford? Because that's a different, that's a whole different thing.
No, Manchester Piccadilly, mate. You have to get Manchester
Piccadilly.
To get to Salford, you've got to go Manchester
Piccadilly. Just making sure, because, Salford isn't Manchester and, Old
I've been Salford. I've been Salford. I don't think I'll go again, to be honest with you, but I've been Salford.
Well, Old Trafford is in Salford, so next time you go to Old Trafford, you will be...
It's not in Salford, it's in Stretford.
It's Salford.
It's in Stretford.
Okay.
It's in Stretford. Right. It's not in
Salford.
I know more than him. I know more than him.
Well, you should do, bro. It's your team. It's your team. It's Salford, bro. It's a Salford postcode. It's got a Salford postcode.
No, it's not. It's postcode's Manchester, M16.
All right. I'm chatting shit. It's called Touchline Facts for a reason.
M16. Oh, you can't really see it, but on the postcode, it's called M16.
Okay. All right. I'm wrong. All right. It is in Salford, though. I mean, I go to Salford University. My campus is a 2-minute walk from Old Trafford.
Oh, is it? Right. Yeah, no, it is right next to Salford. I know that, but it's actually in Stretford.
Okay.
In Trafford. And that's what they call it, Trafford. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, something like that. I mean, can I tell you something about your football club you probably don't even know? Your football club wasn't even formed in Manchester. So that explains a lot, doesn't it, mate? Lancashire City FC, that's what you lot should be called.
All right, mate. At least the stadium's actually in Manchester.
Yeah, but it weren't formed there, mate. We were originally from Manchester. We were the only club. Oh, Man United, the only football team formed in Manchester. That's what we are, mate. And even when you think about Manchester, the first thing that comes on your mind is Man United, don't it? Not Man City, let's be honest.
No, yeah, not my mind, mate.
Oh, he's been found guilty, raw. So what? He's given a suspended 15-month sentence. That was like 6 years ago, though, bro.
Wait, what's happened?
Remember Maguire had that thing on in Greece when he had like that when he got spiked or something, where his wife got spiked. And then he punched someone up. I can't really remember. Do you get what I'm saying? I can't remember. That was 6 years ago, bro. That took 6 years. I understand because obviously it was in a different country in it, so they have to like bring over documents and stuff like that. But still, 6 years ago was crazy. I'm saying, he said, "Can you see the chat? Can you see the chat? You can't see the chat."
Oh, I'm not looking at the chat.
Oh, fairs.
Let me look
big everyone, as I say, smash the likes. Let's try and get to 20 likes. And yeah, man. Talk about thingy. Obviously, Liverpool last night got absolutely humbled by Wolves. Give Wolves their first back-to-back wins this season. Give Wolves their third win of the season. Yeah, I'm saying Alisson's dusty, finished. They're finished, to be honest with you. They're dusty.
Liverpool are so bad, bro. So bad. I did a video on my channel last night about it. I don't understand how a manager can come into the league with spending no money as well. He spent more or less no money in that first transfer window when he come in, won the league, and he's dropped off in the way that he has after investing 500 million into the squad. I'd literally.
Yeah, how do you spend 500 million and get worse?
Mad.
How do you actually do it? Because that's never happened. Like, we've spent money, got better, and then got worse after. But spent, like, to be fair, that season we
500 mil as well is
we spent
mad.
200 million on Mount, Nana, and Hoyland. Other than that, though. Yeah.
Flipping heck, what a shocking set of
Yeah,
transfers that is.
That's a terrible window.
Oh no, Højlund and Mount.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So I hear that. I hear that. That is generally a bad season. The summer.
That's the difference between City's recruiting and United's recruiting, by the way.
Yeah,
look at the players City have recruited. Like, it's mad.
Yeah, well, now we're on the way up. Now we're recruiting signings as well, mate. Some top signings. You know what I'm saying? Benjamin Sesko, Brian and Mbeumo, Cunha, Lamens.
And Mbeumo and Cunha's good signings. Sesko, I'm not sold on Sesko still. What was he?
I mean, you better be sold on him, mate, because he's got more goals this year than Eden Haaland. And we're 3 months in. Yeah, they're 3 months in.
Yeah, Haaland goes through a little dry spell every season. That we can, Haaland does that. It's all right. He'll still come back into it. Sesko.
What about Lamens? You don't think Lamens has been a good signing?
Lamens has been a great signing. But if you look at, United had a good summer transfer window. They did, but I think City's recruiting is just on a different level. The fact we go.
No, I agree. I've never. It's also. I think majority is because of Pep. I think he's.
Yeah, he's big.
He knows how to gel. I don't know how he knows how to gel. He'll even give a player a year. He'll put a player on the bench for a year.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking about Reinders. Because obviously, like when Gundogan, Bernardo, Rodri came in, it took him a little while to settle in, and obviously Reinders, he's not even starting at the moment, so I think he'll take him a little bit to settle in. I still think he'll come good. A lot of people aren't sold on him at all, but I think you can see that he's a solid player.
Yeah, I just think leave Pep to do what he wants to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
I'm more concerned about Foden. Sorry, mate, go on.
Yeah, I was saying about Pep. Like Pep's got that. When you're one of the best managers ever, I've seen him bare times do it. Like he'll find ways to just make, like even Cancelo, he put Cancelo left back rather than right back and inverted him and stuff like that, just to make him way better and stuff like that.
If Cancelo had the right attitude, he would have been.
He's back at Barca now, by the way. I think he got the assist for the goal, bro. Oh my gosh, he's crossing. He's still got it. He's still got it.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
He's still got it. Yeah, he's still got that tech.
What do you think about Foden? I'm interested to hear what other fans.
Yeah, I think Foden's unbelievable. I don't think he's been that good this season, though.
Yeah, but it's been 2 seasons now. I'm worried. You know what I'm worried about? I'm worried he's becoming a bit like Rashford. Everyone knows how good he is. I
don't think he can be, though. I think he's got a better attitude than Rashford. I also think he's a better footballer than Rashford.
Yeah. No, he's a better footballer and he's got a better attitude than Rashford. But in terms of purple patch and form, like I feel like Foden's becoming a bit of a purple patch player. And right now, I just
confidence in it. Confidence player, isn't it?
Yeah. But like he's becoming just a squad player, and it's so sad to see when we know what he did in 23, 24, and he's just dropped off like massively. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I hear it. For me with Foden, I feel like he just needs to feel like he's the guy. I feel like he just needs to realize he's the guy. I'm saying he seems too nice. It's a bit like you could say something about Saka as well. Like with Palmer, I know Palmer thinks he's the guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Palmer does. If Foden had that attitude about him, where he's like I am the best player in the world.
Yeah, they've all dropped off though. All 3 of them: Saka, Palmer, Foden. They've all dropped off.
I admit, no one's won that debate.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the debate was put to bed after the 2023-24 season. I thought Foden was.
It's always been put to bed. I think Foden's always been better than all of them. Like he's done it.
Yeah, but I mean, people always like talking about it now. But after that season, everyone was like, right, Foden is undeniably one of the best players in the world, best player in the Premier League. And then I just find it mad the way he's fallen off, because he plays, he'll start games and he's just completely ineffective. Like it's not even like it's just a numbers thing. He's just ineffective. And I don't know whether that's because of the way Pep's playing him, or because he doesn't have Ballon d'Or Rodri behind him anymore. I feel like that plays a big impact in it. But when De Bruyne left, when Gundogan went, Bernardo's legs aren't the same, Rodri got his injury. Like we were all expecting Foden to take the ball by the horns and be the guy to carry City to wins and still get us to Premier League titles, and he just hasn't done that. It's been a bit disappointing for me.
No, he definitely needs to fix up. He definitely does need to fix up. I can't lie.
Who do United got tomorrow? Newcastle away.
Newcastle tonight. Newcastle tonight.
Oh, is it tonight? Okay.
Tottenham play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tottenham and Palace. So yeah, it's us tonight. But Chelsea United 8 p.m. on a Saturday. Oh, that's gonna be a wonderful game. 8 p.m. on a Saturday. Under the lights at the bridge, us whooping you lot's ass. That's gonna be wonderful. Yeah, I'm saying Chelsea Man City as well. Sunday 4:30 on the 12th of April. That's after the international break, and it could move due to UCL. They won't get moved though, no. They probably won't get moved because what day will they moved it to?
but I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, big up. But anyways, yeah, ultimately, Liverpool, yeah, spending 500 million, getting worse. I personally think, as I said, Arnie Slot should wake up every day and thank God that Mo Salah was born, because Mo Salah gave him a career when he won the league title for him, single-handedly, pretty much.
You know, I interviewed a City fan at the very beginning of the season, and I asked him, "What's your football hot take?" And he said Liverpool are going to be rubbish this year. Slot came from nowhere, and he's going to go back to nowhere, and he's going to be found out in a massive way. And I was like, flipping it, mate. That is a bit of a hot take, and he was absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot. I don't think anyone could have predicted what's happened to Liverpool this season.
No, someone in my chat predicted them to finish 5th.
Really?
Yeah, he had.
Were you laughing at him? Because what were you thinking about Liverpool before start of the season? Because I was like, it's done. When the Isak deal got done, obviously he broke his leg. Don't know what they might have been in a different place if Isak had found form and stayed fit. But when they signed Isak, I was like, league's done. Might as well just wrap it up now. Give him the trophy.
No, I didn't think they'd win the league. I said City and Arsenal at the start of the season. I changed from Arsenal. I said City at the very start, and then Arsenal when the transfer.
So were you not convinced by the transfers?
Late, innit?
Were you not convinced by the transfers?
Just not convinced by Liverpool, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I always said that if they get injuries in the midfield as well. Now we have to start looking at Gravenberch.
Oh, did you see the
Gravenberch only had one good season.
See that clearance from Gakpo yesterday?
Yeah, there's multiple things to talk about with them, innit? Gravenberch, as I say, Gravenberch's only had one good season at Ajax and then one good season at Liverpool. So there was no guarantee. McAllister's fallen off a cliff. Van Dijk's got a year older. Mo Salah, I didn't expect Mo Salah to be this bad, but he's been awful.
Oh, that's another one. Like, how do you go from that good to that shit?
Do you know what it is, though? You see as well, you see Alisson, yeah? See Alisson, he always spends 3 months out, but they sold Kelleher this summer. Kelleher used to come in and be good. Mamadou came in for a bit, and that's when their downfall started, when Mamadou came in. Do you know what I'm saying? So they've got multiple. I thought Kirkes would be much better than what he's been. I think he's awful. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's good. Even yes, he looks mad uncomfortable on the ball. And he's rapid, but to me, no, he doesn't look it. He looks mad uncomfortable on the ball. Yeah, he looks like he treats the ball like a hot potato.
They just look so disjointed and scared and panicked. Like they look like they shouldn't be in. Like they look like they're, I don't know, some sort of like imposter syndrome, and they're all like just scared to. It just looks like it's lacking confidence, and it all looks mad over there for Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. They look like they're a mess, bro. I don't think they're going to get back to winning the league titles for at least another 2 summers, unless anyone else falls off. I just think Arsenal, City, and Man United will be ahead of them in the next summer window. To be honest with you, do you know what I'm saying?
Don't know about Man United.
I think they've got too many. They've also got a manager tweak they've got to make. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Shabby or Slot, do you know what I'm saying? Whether whoever else comes in, so they've got a lot of question marks behind them. Our players, or a lot of them, are young, so a lot of them, our players, are going to get better. Whereas their players are getting older. They've got to then ship them off as well, and then sign even more players.
Do you think it's as easy as with United? Obviously, Carrick's come in and he does seem to have changed everything around completely. But do you think it is just that? Like, is it as easy as just a new manager's come in and it's all clicked? Because how have you had all the managers you've had over the years and all the great players you've had that have come in and it's never seemed to click, and all of a sudden now it's clicking a little bit? That's what I don't buy. Like, I'm just.
What do you mean by click, though? What do you mean by click?
Well, it all seems to just be coming together for United now. Like,
no, but I'm saying you said we've not clicked over the last couple of years. What do you mean by that?
Well, you've not had consistent managers, and you know, you've just been chopping and changing all the time. It's been, you might have had a little bit of a good run and then just completely dropped off and sat your manager again. And you know, it's never really felt like, I don't know, it's never really felt like a steady progression for United. So I've always, like, literally since I've been properly watching football, and you know, obviously I wasn't alive or really watching football like that when Fergie was knocking about and you lot were in your glory years. So the whole time I've been watching United, they've just been chopping and changing managers. They've not been at the level City have been. And I just can't imagine you lot getting back up to, like, is it just a manager change? Because it feels like
you're forgetting that we have completely changed the structure of the football club, like completely changed.
Right.
We got rid of Woodward, we got rid of Arnold, who were businessmen in signing players. That's why they were putting Mason Mount on 250k a week. We don't do that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got actual people that were working at you lots. Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, they work with you lot when you lot were at your best. So we've actually changed the football structure. So that's one massive difference. In fact, that's the difference we had to make, because we were always spending money. We always had the pull and the traction. We were still signing top players. We signed Pogba in the Europa League. We signed Zlatan in the Europa League. So we still always had the ability to sign players. It's not as if we didn't. Do you know what I'm saying? We couldn't build a good structure. I think with these lot now, I trust them, considering, you know, during their previous track record of working at other football clubs, that I can trust them. So that I know that they know what they're doing. But yeah, also ultimately as well, yeah, we once did have a good team. You know, under Jose, we had a good team. But City,
we've had many good teams.
That's what I'm saying. City got 100 points, bro. What are we supposed to do? You ain't gonna beat that. You can't. No team ever has beat that in English football history. And we got 81 points. We probably, if we were in a title race that season, we probably would have got about 87, 88 points. Because I remember we beat you at the Etihad. Remember, from 2-0 down.
Yeah.
And the next week we lost to West Brom, so you lot win the league.
Oh, bro, that game where you came from 2-0 down. I was in a pub in Thailand or something, like a bar in Thailand at like 3 a.m. And I was crying when the winning goal went in. I remember standing up like really quickly and knocking the table over. All drinks went flying off the table, and there was loads of United fans in the bar, and they were all like pissing themselves, going away, because all the drinks had gone flying. I walked out of the bar, just started walking down the road at like 4 a.m. in Thailand. I was like 12. That was a sad time. Sad time.
Yeah, no, what a game, what a game. And then we lost the next game week to you lot, not to you lot, so to West Brom.
Yeah, because we could have won. We could have won the league against
Swansea. Yeah, no, then it was Swansea because we beat you.
Yeah,
but we lost the league. We lost to West Brom at home on purpose. Yeah, so you lot won the league in a pub rather than win the league with your own fans. Yeah. That's what we did. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like we probably would have got about 87, 88 points if we was in a league title race that season. But ultimately, like, we're not competing against our Liverpool teams anymore. We're not competing against them City teams anymore. We're competing against an Arsenal team an Arsenal and City team, should we say, who are going to get probably 85 points. Yeah, they're not that great. Like, I think both of you don't play the greatest football anymore.
No,
I don't think both of you slice teams open anymore. Like that.
Do you think the Premier League's better or worse than it was, like, when you talk about like this 100-point season and round those times? Do you think the Premier League's better or worse?
I think 18-19, the Premier League was probably up there with the highest peak of the Premier League season up there. Do you know what I'm saying? 16-17. So 17-18 was ass.
I chat to Arsenal fans and they're like, yeah, the Premier League's so much stronger than it ever has been. And, you know, I hear
it. Yeah, see what they're doing, what Liverpool fans, you remember when Liverpool fans said, oh, yeah, this Man City team's the best ever. So then when they beat that Man City team, they can go,
wait, what Man City team are you talking about? Because when we were like 100-point season, that was like one of the best teams ever.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Liverpool fans were saying it was the best ever. So then they knew that if they beat that Man City team, they're now the best team ever because they beat it. And now Arsenal fans are going to make it. Arsenal fans last season were saying the league was arse when Liverpool won it. They were saying the league's terrible. So now they've changed all of a sudden. It doesn't just change in one summer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought 17-18, its league wasn't that good, to be fair. I thought it was all right. You had some all right teams. Liverpool got to the Champions League final that year. We were okay, but it weren't the greatest. I thought 18-19, it was really good. All the big six teams were really good that year. Spurs and Liverpool Champions League final, Chelsea and Arsenal Europa League final. City done a domestic treble, like 98 points, 97 points. Like a lot of the Premier League teams were at a really high level. Everyone had a good player.
The football was so much better back then as well.
Yes, I'm saying everyone had because that's because Pep and Klopp were so much far ahead that teams didn't understand what was
those
going on.
Title races were so much more exciting than these.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
City Arsenal ones, so much more exciting. Have you heard like obviously the links with Klopp and Madrid?
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna happen though.
I'd love Klopp to be back in management. I just think he's like such a great figure to have in football.
They said if City drop off, it's Arsenal's league, and then they said the league was bad, and then now they're saying the league is good. They let them run their own narrative. They also compared their team to Man United 08 team. I mean, when City and Chelsea get done for the charges, that Man United team done 7 in a row and 3 Champions Leagues in 4 years. When Barcelona, City, and Chelsea all get done for cheating, we would have done.
Never going to happen, by the way.
7 in a row. Yeah, the most dominant football team to have ever lived.
Even if we got done, they wouldn't strip our titles and give you.
But I'm stripping your titles off you.
Yeah, you can strip whatever you want, mate. Well, that sounds mad.
That's crazy.
Let's just move on. Let's just stop it there.
Just stop it there. No, but like for me, yeah, like Barca, Chelsea have already admitted they're cheating. By the way, they've already admitted their guilt. So Chelsea are done. For me, we've done 5 in a row.
So are they going to get point deductions?
I think they're going to get a transfer, but I think they should get their title stripped off them, bro. They bought Hazard by giving his agent 30 million in a truck.
I don't think you can ever like strip titles. Like you can't rewrite.
But they did that with Juventus. When Juventus
they got their
cheated.
title stripped.
Yeah, did people not know if Juventus got their title stripped?
No,
they gave
I'm not dialed into football like you, mate. You touchline facts for a reason, mate.
Exactly. They gave Inter Milan their 2 league titles. Inter Milan done 5 in a row rather than 3 in a row. Remember when Inter Milan had Jose and they done 3 in a row and they won.
Imagine City got our title stripped. That'd be the worst.
You know what's mad? You know we would have done 7 in a row if you both get your title stripped. 7 league titles in a row in England, by the way. That's never been 4 in a row has been done. Obviously, if you get it done, it won't get done because it'll be done. But that was done because you done 1 in COVID and done 4 in a row, right?
It's never gonna
7
happen.
in a row.
City will never. I don't even think like there's any, like we're even gonna get mad point deductions or anything like that. Like it's too. It's been going on for so long now. Like it's they keep like dropping the like rumors. There was a whole thing about it last week again. Like City might get a 60 to 40 point deduction. And last season they were chatting about, or season before, whatever, they were chatting about 120 point deductions. So, it just seems to keep like decreasing, and I don't know. I don't believe any of it. I think we're just gonna get away with it.
I hear that, I'm saying, but me personally, Chelsea already cheated, so I want my 5 in a row. And my league title, and I want my Champions Leagues from Barcelona as well. So then that would be the most dominant.
Bro, I'm sure you've done some cheating. Sure, United have done a bit of cheating here and there. Like,
have you got any proof? You got any proof?
Do you? I don't.
And I do have proof of everyone else cheating. I could give you pure examples. Barcelona have got unexplained payments to referees. This is factual, by the way. Laporta's got unexplained payments to referees. City, I don't even need to mention the things you lot have been up to. And Chelsea have admitted their guilt. So there you go. You got any proof? All we hear is that apparently we got extra minutes added on in the game, Fergie time, even though Liverpool scored more goals in the added time, and so did Arsenal during that time. We were just better than everyone else. That's the simple reality of the fact.
I don't know. I'm sure everyone's done a bit of cheating here and there. I don't have any proof of it, though. I'm not a lawyer. But I'm sure you've done a bit. Your fair share. Every top team has.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. You keep telling yourself that. That makes you sleep better at night. Then you keep telling yourself.
Listen, all I know is that City aren't going to get this. Nothing's going to come of it. So I'm happy knowing that.
Fairs.
Anyway, let's talk. Can we chat about the league title?
Yeah, I was about to say, who's winning the league, bro?
Obviously, but that's just a ridiculous question, isn't it? I think City winning the league.
I swear you've said though before. I did. You don't think you're going to win.
Yeah, I did say that, yeah. But last time I was on the catch-up as well, I said I'm a fickle football fan, and I'll change my mind like that. As soon as Arsenal start dropping points to Wolves and showing the cracks, and that sounds mental as well, showing the fragilities, I'll switch up and City. Listen, we win today. That's 5 in a row.
6 in a row now. You've already done 5 in a row.
Nah, we drew to the last Premier League game was Wolves. Sorry, Spurs. When we drew to Spurs. That was the 5th.
I thought that was one. Oh, cool, sweet.
Yeah, so if we win today, it's going to be 5 wins in a row. And I've been saying that I just want to see City have a consistent run of wins and not dropping points, and then I'll be able to back them and have a bit more hope. And I do feel like, obviously it's a cliche, but I do feel like the win at Anfield was a little bit of a turning point in the season.
Yeah, I agree.
For City. And, when you've got a young squad, you've got the likes of Kushnerov and new players that have come into the side. It's not the same City that we knew that have gone on to, that have won 4-peats and Champions Leagues. So you need to give this team a taste of what it is to win and a taste of what it is to fight and really dig deep and get a result. And that's what we did at Anfield. And I feel like earlier in the season, we've shown a lack of backbone, a lack of fight, desire, passion. We've not seen any of that. But I think since then, we have shown that more. Even in the game against Leeds, obviously it was scrappy, it was ugly, but we dug in and got a win at a difficult ground to go to. There's that ridiculous stat that Leeds hadn't lost a game under the lights at Ellen Road for how many games? I don't even know how many it was. But obviously,
they did get robbed, though. That was a red card. No, the red card. Red card. That didn't even get checked, by the way. That's a clear red. He stamped in his leg.
City have had our fair share of dodgy VAR decisions as well this year. It all evens itself out in the end. So we'll.
No, you are right. It does even itself out. I do hear that, but I mean, since Rodri,
VAR is just bollocks. Like I'm so sick.
No,
of it.
VAR. Like, I like VAR. No, because the thing is, this is the nostalgia, yeah, of like people do this with players. We were talking about this last night on Judge Mo's channel. Was like people say nowadays that back then players were so much better than they are now, which I do agree to a certain level. And then you're like, but if there was social media back then, people would be slating and overanalyzing these players when they have bad games. You know what I'm saying? I remember how many dodgy decisions teams used to get when, like, how many offside goals used to happen, for example.
Yeah.
Like, in games. Like, we lost the league because of an offside goal. Drogba scored against us an offside goal. Yeah. Like,
even in the FA Cup against, who did we play in the FA Cup the other week? And Marmoush scored a goal that was onside, and they said it was offside.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's the people running VAR, isn't it? It's not like I would like to say it's not VAR itself, but it's just the incompetent people that are running it. And it's even like that Semenyo goal or whatever it was. So was it Semenyo or Haaland? Semenyo goal against Newcastle, first leg of the Carabao Cup tie that we had against them. It took them 5 minutes to come to a decision as to whether Haaland was offside or not. And it's like, if it's taken 5 minutes to make a decision, just fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be taking that long. It just takes the joy out of the game, the sting out of the game. And, it's like the whole thing about celebrating goals as well. You can't even really celebrate goals now in the way that you used to, and without a VAR check going on. It is ridiculous. And I do think it has changed football, and even in stadiums and stuff. Atmosphere and as good because you're celebrating a goal.
I'm old enough to remember that atmosphere wasn't always good at Old Trafford. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like
really?
people like like Upton Park. People say, "Oh, the atmosphere was so." No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, I remember it was good for big games, yes, but it weren't good. Like, you think West Ham play? I don't know, Brentford at home. You think that it was good, or not Brentford, but as bad as they won in the Premier League, but Portsmouth or something. They weren't. It weren't up for it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like this whole like, it was so much better back then. It wasn't like, and I remember so many of decisions that used to happen that people used to cry about us getting referee decisions. They used to say, "Oh, if Man United had VAR, they wouldn't have won the league 13 times." Yet now they're crying about VAR. What do you want? You can't complain about non-VAR and then complain about VAR. Do you get what I'm saying? The referees are bad, but I think VAR, the actual VAR system, is a good thing. I think that is definitely a good thing. And it also, I think it's gone up plus 8% of correct decisions. I think it went from 84 to 92% of correct decisions in the Premier League. So the game has ultimately got better. Do you get what I'm saying? The game has ultimately got better.
Yeah. It's also the inconsistencies as well. Like they'll make decisions for one instance, and then the next week they'll just completely look at VAR and then make the opposite decision for the same thing. Like, I just find it mad. Like,
just to answer your question, mate. One quick Google search, mate. John Carew used to play for Aston Villa, striker, sentenced to 14 months in prison in November 2022 for tax fraud. There you go, mate. So we can all do this. You know what I'm saying? Greenwood and Williams don't play for Man United anymore, mate. But yeah, 5 minutes is ridiculous. I heard that VAR does need to speed up. I hear that all that stuff, but for me, yeah, I do think that VAR is a good thing in football.
Anyway, back onto the title, because we diverged from that a little bit. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win the league?
Arsenal.
What? But like, you actually think Arsenal are going to win?
Yeah, Arsenal are going to beat you at the Etihad in a couple of weeks.
And how confident? No, bro. How
Arsenal are going to go to the Etihad and they're going to beat Manchester City. Rodri's suspended for that game as well.
Pure. You're just saying that on hope and being a United fan.
No, I'm not. They're a better team than you.
Why though? But what are you basing? Okay, better team. I don't think they are a better team than City at the moment.
So why are they above you right now?
Because City have been dry for long periods this year and this season.
And they haven't.
And we've dropped points. But I think right now, I think it's a lot more even than it was. You got to remember, January transfer window, Gueye and Semenyo come in. That's literally, it has changed City. It's changed the way
None of them would start for Arsenal, by the way.
What, Gueye and Semenyo?
Yeah. No,
Semenyo doesn't start for Arsenal. Who starts over Semenyo for Arsenal? Don't be ridiculous.
Where does he start? He don't start right wing.
No, he's not on the left wing.
I mean, is he better than Trossard?
Yes. Are you taking the mick? Chat,
he?
what? Are you
mean,
winding me up? You think, oh, is Semenyo better than
maybe
Trossard? Yes,
for
bro.
Bournemouth he was better
No,
because,
he's better
but
than Trossard now, bro.
for
He's better
City
than
all he's done is
Trossard.
score tap-ins.
He hasn't just scored tap-ins. He hasn't just scored tap-ins. And he's also, it's not even that as well. Like, what? You think at Bournemouth, he wasn't, that's his,
I think, to be
he
honest, I
isn't,
do think Gahey's unbelievable. Like,
he doesn't,
now I've watched him
Gay's
even more at Man
immense, bro.
City. I'm like,
He's
now I'm
so
seeing him
good.
actually in a good team. I watched him at Palace, but I'm like, I didn't realize he was that good on the ball.
People were saying at Palace, he might be a good defender for Palace, bro. He's so good.
No, I
think he's a
I always
world-class
knew he was good. I always knew he was good, but I didn't know he was
I
that
make
good on the ball.
comparisons to Van Dijk and Rio. In terms of the way
now you're going too far, pal.
No, I know. But I mean, in terms of the way he plays the game, like he's a proper Rolls Royce for centre back. Like he plays with, it reminds me of that kind of centre back. Like obviously he's not the same level as those boys, but I mean in terms of like I say, the way he plays and stuff like that. I just think he's so good. I've not seen a centre back like that at City for a long time, and I think people were saying like. I did a tier list ranking like what the current City squad's roles would be next year at City, and I put Gvardiol as a rotation player, and I also put Gueye as a rotation player because I thought it was going to be Diaz and then one of those two, and I got absolutely rinsed for it in the comments. But I think now that Gvardiol isn't better than Gueye now. Like obviously Gvardiol's had longer at City, and we need to judge Gueye off a longer period of time. He's been very good since he's come in. But I think Gueye can definitely take that place from Gvardiol. I think Gvardiol's going to be looking at this and be very worried that he's not going to get back into the side. He's going to have a lot of work to do because Gueye has not put a foot wrong since he's joined. And I think that is the difference between City last year, earlier on in the season, and City now. Like I think that Semenyo and Gueye has completely changed things. And I do think that's taken us above Arsenal. I really do. Like you talk about Semenyo scoring tap-ins and that, and he's not a constant threat all throughout the game. He isn't constantly on the ball and causing trouble the way Dovby does.
By the way, his first touch is awful.
But think about Raheem Sterling. He was always in the box, right place, the right time, poacher's instinct, and he's scoring tap-ins.
Sterling was better at dribbling though.
Yeah, he was better at dribbling, but in terms of like Sterling, a massive part of his game was coming into the box in the right place at the right time, and scoring tap-ins. And people say, "Oh, it's just tap-ins and that," but he was such a vital part of City's success, and Pep Guardiola loved him. And I feel like Semenyo's going to have a similar role to play in terms of arriving at the back post at the right place, right time, and scoring goals. Because people like to say, "Oh, City, Haaland FC, without Haaland, where are the goals coming from?" Semenyo is providing a new outlet of for goals for City, and it just takes the pressure off Haaland a little bit. No, I do think that's the difference. I do think that's I think this really leveled us up this season, and it's taken them both Gueye and Semenyo. It's taken no time to settle in at all. Literally from the word go, they've both been immense.
Yeah, I do hear that with the Sterling comparisons because I think that's the type of player he is, back post, scoring tap-ins and stuff like that. And I also think he's probably, and to be fair, I think loads of players are better finishers than Sterling because Sterling used to run through and goal and miss so many chances. But
yeah,
for me,
let me just sorry, mate. Go on. I'm just talking over you.
I just don't rate him. I just don't rate him at all.
You don't rate Semenyo?
No, I didn't rate him when he was at Bournemouth. I don't rate. I think now I've watched him. I watched Gahey more, and I'm like, I rate Gahey higher than I rated him at Palace. Like I didn't realize he was this good on the ball. Yeah, because now I'm seeing him drop shoulders and do turns and stuff like that on the ball. Like he's mad press resistant.
Semenyo's sloppy, and when he's got the ball, sometimes he'll lose the ball easily. He'll make passes that are behind players. Like he isn't great on the ball, and I think he's going to improve that under Guardiola. But what you can't deny is his output and his numbers. Like yeah, that's not great when you're talking about aesthetically and the eye test, but you need someone. You have to have these players in your team when you're in a title race to score goals. Can I just respond to a message in the chat? Someone said, so Arsenal haven't been better, and my reply was City have been dry. I'm saying I think City are better than Arsenal this season, and you said, well, why are Arsenal ahead of City? and I said it's because City have been dry earlier in the season. We've dropped points where we shouldn't have dropped points. But I'm saying right now, I think City are better than Arsenal. And like I say, the Gueye and Semenyo thing has leveled us up a lot more. And I think that's taken us above Arsenal, in my opinion.
But
how confident are you that Arsenal would
I'm pretty confident. Pretty confident. You know, yeah, I'm confident that I think City got a bad result coming soon. I think the way you lot are playing is not good. I don't feel convinced. I think if Calvert-Lewin wasn't a donkey, yeah, he would have scored. That he would have scored.
No, you're right.
Aronson run through on goal. Yeah,
but I think Arsenal. You know, you watch Arsenal. There's so many times where they've made mistakes. All teams could have taken better chances against them.
I agree. Even Chelsea, David Raya saved them at times.
Even that Wolves game. That's for the first Wolves game at the Emirates. Like, you know, did they win that game? Was that like a last minute win or something like that?
On goal, yeah.
Wolves had loads of chances.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying that Arsenal won't drop points.
I think these two teams, that City and Arsenal, I don't think they're as good as a lot of the title winners of previous years. I think they're both fairly weak in terms of teams at the top of the league if you compare them to other seasons.
No, I agree with that. I do agree with that because I think they both will drop points, but I just think they've got a gap on you right now. I know it's only, you know, if you win your game in hand, which your game in hand is Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a difficult one.
No, you should beat Palace.
But Palace is a tough game, especially for City. You know, I feel like
don't you slap them every time you play them?
Is it at home?
Yeah,
we do beat them, but I think we've played Palace. So I seem to have some like bad memories about playing Palace away. Maybe I'm just making it up.
Palace at home, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we should slap them. Yeah, we should.
I don't remember City ever losing at Palace away.
Really? I'm sure we have, because I've got it in my head that Palace away is a really tough game. So we must have. Someone must have happened.
It was Palace at home is a tough game for you. I remember Townsend's goal. I remember Conor Gallagher. I remember Elise. Remember you was 2-0 up and you bottled it 2-2. I remember these type of games, but I don't remember. They lost. They didn't lose. That's lie. You beat them twice. No, you drew with them, beat them, and lost to them in the final. No,
we lost to him in the final. I can't even remember playing.
I remember it was 2-2, and remember Rico Lewis got a red card.
You remember way more than me, mate. I don't honestly. I
remember watching the game. Rico just got a red card, and then there was a game of the Etihad when you were 2-0 down and you won 5-2.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I think De Bruyne, it was like De Bruyne's last ever good game for City. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was brilliant that day.
You have a better memory than me, mate.
Yeah, they didn't lose every game last. I don't remember Palace beating City away, but at home.
Oh yeah, maybe it's the flipping FA Cup. Maybe I'm just thinking about the FA Cup. I don't think I am though, because even before that, I thought Palace is a very tough game.
I mean, look, ultimately, you'll probably beat Palace at home. Your game in hand, so it'll probably be 2 points. I think they beat you at the Etihad.
But why though? Like, is it just purely because you think they're a better team than us? Do you think like that's what you're going on paper? They should beat us at the Etihad because you think they're a better.
Rodri's not playing that game, by the way. You know that, right? He's suspended
for that game in particular.
I imagine he'll either be suspended for that. Depends on how long the suspension is, but he'll definitely be suspended for that. He might even be suspended for the final as well, because they might do it for all domestic games. So you might be suspended for both the games. The final.
Wait, why? What's this about? What? Because of the comments
called out the refs. Yeah.
What? So that's all only coming into play now?
Because you appealed it. So then when you appeal it, he can play.
So that's taking longer. And now that how long is he going to be suspended for then? I didn't even know.
I have no idea. But when you appeal it, he gets an extra game anyway. So he might be 4. It might be 4 games. Might be something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, he could be suspended for a while. I've always been. I don't think he's actually been finished this season. I think he's actually had good games this season. I know he had a bad game against Spurs. I think it was. There was another game, a bad game. But
he had a few bad games. He was terrible against Bodo.
Yeah, that's
He's
what
had
I'm
a few
saying.
bad games, but
Against us as well, yeah. But to be fair, Kobe mainly just owns him. But
I think recently he's
yeah,
been a lot
because you
better.
shored up the midfield, innit? You put O'Reilly and Bernardo next to him.
Yeah, I think
Give him
O'Reilly's
legs.
so good. I think O'Reilly, when you look at that midfield on paper, O'Reilly, Bernardo, and Rodri, it doesn't really seem that exciting, but it's so robust. And those players in there, like O'Reilly, he feels like a senior player to me. He feels like someone that's been here for a long time, and a senior member of the squad. He's only 20 years old, and he acts on the pitch like he's senior member of the squad that the younger players can look up to, and he's so professional the way he goes about his business. Yeah, I really like O'Reilly. I think that's a really solid midfield.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But yeah, I just think Arsenal are going to beat you at the Etihad. I think they'll score 2 jammy set pieces and beat you 2-0 or something, or 2-1.
Oh, these set pieces are so annoying,
Yeah,
it
but
must
it's
not
gonna,
even be.
To be fair, Donnarumma, not gonna lie, he did deal with him last time though. His set
He
piece.
did deal with him last time. I thought it was the last game that we played at the Emirates. It was so weird the way like Guardiola's put like every man behind the ball from like the 60th minute onwards. It was crazy. I've never seen him play like that. Don't know whether that's because obviously we didn't have Rodri at that point, and maybe there was a proper sense of nervousness there. But hopefully, I think I just can't see.
I don't think you're going to go into that game thinking you're going to win.
I can't see you don't think we're going to go into the game thinking we're going to win.
Like like a few years ago in the treble season when you were chasing them down. Yeah. You went to the Emirates and then you played them at the Etihad and that. I think you genuinely thought like we're going to go there and just beat these lot. Like I don't think you go into this game.
Yeah, I think it's a lot closer now.
I think it's a lot closer
now. But I think we've still got Pep Guardiola. Like that's the difference maker. People talk about.
When's the last time he beat Arteta?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. But
treble season.
Okay.
He beat Arteta since the treble season.
Okay, but I can't see them in a title race when it really matters coming to the Etihad and beating us. I can't see Guardiola letting that happen. I really can't. I can't see Arteta out doing Guardiola in this instance.
It has happened
in a title race. In a title race, a manager as experienced as Pep Guardiola with, all the credentials Pep Guardiola has against Arteta in a title race. I just can't see it happening. I really can't. I really can't. And at the Etihad as well, yeah. If it was the Emirates, I would be a lot more nervous. But I think City will be bang up for that. And people like to take the mick out of the Etihad's atmosphere. On its day, the Etihad
on its day is actually good. On its day is good.
Bouncing on its day. So
the blue seats do make a lot of noise. To be fair, on its day. But the whole we have Pep Guardiola though. That would also worry because Pep Guardiola does sometimes overthink in the league, not so much. But
because I was about to say it's more like a cup tie. He'll make it weird.
But he is sometimes his own enemy, and I do feel like he could overthink this game. He'd be like, because he's worried about Arsenal. But you might not be. He's worried about Arsenal. Like he's going into that going like, bro, they have Gabriel Saliba. Yeah, how do we break that? How do we break that? We have to. The only
I'm worried about it. I just think City will win.
They're skeptical. If Foden's on fire, Foden will win you that game because they're very skeptical to conceding goal from outside the box. Because Zubimendi don't close players down quick enough. He doesn't do it. So you always get that extra second. Like even Caicedo against the other day, he had that completely free shot because Zubimendi's nowhere near to be seen. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe Zubimendi won on the pitch at that point. If it might be Norgard, but they don't close. They are skeptical to conceding goals from outside the box. We did it. Dorgu and Cunha. Both scored from outside the box.
Foden needs to be firing if we're going to be...
Foden or Cherky maybe, but dominantly Foden because he's good at that cut inside and banging it. Then you should be fine. Or you could be fine. But other than that, he's not banging it at the minute anyways, Foden. But
I don't think Arsenal have anything going forward that particularly worries me either. Like,
did you have hands when Bodo beat you black and blue with Sevilla Rodri?
Did you have Andrew and Bodo?
He's basically saying he's basically saying you had Pep when you lost to Bodo.
Yeah, I know. It's not anything to do with a title race against Arsenal.
Yeah, fairs.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying though. I think this situation, like Pep's so experienced in this situation. Obviously every manager's gonna have games where they slip up.
He has lost these type of games before.
Yeah, but what in a Premier League title race? Not in the Premier
League. He lost to Jose, and Arteta's copying Jose's checkbook. He's copying them. You know what I'm saying? With the
Yeah,
set
you
pieces, the counter
touchline
attack.
facts again coming out with the facts.
Remember he lost to, do you know he lost to Jose 2-1 at the Camp Nou? Ronaldo did the karma celebration. You don't know that one? They won the league of that day. Oh, you don't even
not
know
dialed
that.
in like that.
Oh.
No, not dialed in like
You
that.
don't know that. Someone in the chat's got to know that, bro. When Ronaldo scored the winner and they won the league at the Camp Nou, and it was Jose beating Pep, and he got 100 points against him. When did Foden last start a game? What is this, man? And this
I wouldn't say when did last Foden start a game. I said when was Foden last on fire, because we were talking about Foden. Foden needs to turn up for that game.
Probably
He's been purple patchy all season. You know, he had one purple patch. That's what I'm saying. Like he's off form again now.
Yeah, I'd say probably about December last time he was on fire.
Yeah, and he was only on fire for like a little bit. You know, the Dortmund game, and you know, he's too on and off for me at the moment. He's way too on and off for me.
Yeah, I just think they're going to win. I just think City have also got Chelsea away as well. I don't think you win that game. Although City, when they title races, can lock in. Donnarumma is for me. He's the main reason that you could win the league, because he can.
Oh, without Donnarumma, it'd be curtains already.
He's not suspended for 15 months. Yeah, Donnarumma for me has dragged you to points that you don't deserve, because he just pulls off worldy saves.
He does. He always seems to do it.
Even Edison wasn't doing that.
Nah, Edison's completely different style of keeper. There's things that Donnarumma. Thing is, I do think Edison would have got us points in a different way to the way Donnarumma would. Like, Edison will be constantly looking for balls over the top, balls into space that will start off attacks. That Donnarumma can't do, and you don't see you never see Donnarumma doing that. Whereas Edison would always start off attacks. So I think Edison would less overtly get City points where we wouldn't normally where we might not have done if Donnarumma would have been in there. But in terms of shot stopping, Donnarumma is second to none in the world. I think he's absolutely generational. I don't think.
Yeah, no, he is. He's unbelievable,
and he's still young as well. He's 25. Like, it's mad.
Yeah, but he's been around since he was 17, isn't it? Like,
he has been around. He's been around the block. But when you look at like how his career could, he's already won a lot. He's already done a lot in his career. When you look at, he's still got good few years in him. He's got 10 years still left in him. He's got a lot he can do.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I think he's the reason you lot are there. Because he pulls off big saves in big games and big moments. Stops dropping sloppy points and stuff like that. But yeah, all in all, I think Arsenal are going to win the league.
Do you think the Carabao Cup has a massive impact on it?
Yeah, it only for Arsenal though. If our Arsenal, for me, it has to. If Arsenal lose that, that's when I think they could still bottle it, because I'm like, they still haven't got the taste of success. But if Arsenal win the League Cup, they'll win the league.
So you think whoever wins the League Cup wins the league?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I think City don't need the League Cup. For example, City could lose the League Cup final and still win the league. I think if Arsenal lose the League Cup final, I don't think they'll win the league, but I think they'll win the League Cup final.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I agree.
Like everyone builds their, like Fergie did it. Fergie first trophy was an FA Cup, then it was a Cup Winners' Cup, then it was the Super Cup, then it was the Premier League. Pep won the League Cup first. Jose won the League Cup first. Managers always give their squad at least one sense of success before they win the big one, whereas they haven't got that yet. She comes in and says if they win the League Cup, then they'll have that success. They'll end up pushing on, and I think they will end up winning it. I think there'll be like a narrow win, to be honest. Then again, Donnarumma again, bro. He's just a difference, but I do think that they're that. Do you know as well? Yeah, it's like I remember they played in the FA Cup in the treble season. Do you remember that? The FA Cup win. I said they had to go there and win, because if they go there and win, they know they can beat Man City. They know they could be like, we can beat them. Do you get what I'm saying? They didn't, and then they played them in the league, and that's when they got slapped, because like we don't even know if we can beat them. Do you get what I'm saying? And this season, they know they can beat you, but Omni, if you beat them, you're gonna think, can we even beat them?
Because what do you think about Champions League?
I don't think
in terms of
I think you lot get slapped, but I think you might even lose to Madrid. But then it's not Madrid.
Have you seen Madrid's squad for the first
leg? Yeah, it's terrible.
I'm going out. I'm doing my first European away day next week to Madrid.
Is it next week? The game is 2 weeks now. At Madrid. Oh no, the first leg's at Madrid, isn't it?
Yeah, Wednesday the 10th.
Yeah. I think no. To be fair, City might beat him just because the injuries they've got. But
we've also beaten them once this year. I think we get through Madrid.
That was without Mbappe though. He won't.
They
He
don't
wasn't
have Mbappe
benched.
for this leg, do they?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They have him on the second leg.
Yeah. Yeah, and then return fixtures the Ayad. It seems like it could be set out for City to do well in that first round of 16. After that, anywhere after that, I'm worried. Anywhere after that, I'm worried. But Arsenal should be getting to the final, realistically, innit?
Yeah, 100%. I think you're not going to lose Bayern though.
Who was I on stream with the other? Was it on the catch up? And these lot were saying, "No, we have a difficult run." You know, they were trying to tell us that they think it's a tough run of games that they've got. What, flipping Bodo, Leverkusen. I'm not gonna I need to put some respect on Bodo's name. I actually think they're proper dark horses. I can see him. I think they could do quite well, but like Arsenal's. I think that could also impact the Premier League, the run of games that City could have compared to Arsenal.
Yeah, no.
See if City
100%.
have to play Real Madrid home and away, Bayern home
So
and
an
away.
Arsenal
PSG
fan
home
said
and away.
they got a hard route.
Yeah, I heard. I can't remember who I was on stream with, and they were like, "Nah, it's quite difficult, you know." I was like, "Mate, shut up, bro."
They got a dream, bro. If we was in that Champions League and we had that route, I reckon we get to the final or get to the semis at least.
Yeah.
I reckon we get to the semis at least.
It's looking like it's going to be Barca. Is it Barca? They could get in the semis, and even that, I think they should beat Barca.
Yeah, they should beat Barca. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Imagine City could play Arsenal like 5-6 times this season. That'd be mad. I don't think City get to the Champions League final.
Yeah, I don't. I think City get knocked out. I think Bayern win it. So,
mind you, City had a very tough one. The treble winning year. We had to beat Bayern. Bayern
weren't everyone else. Bayern weren't good that year. Neither were Madrid.
Yeah, it was still a tough run of fixtures though. But I mean, the final's mad as well. Though, to be fair,
yeah,
I think we were lucky in that final.
It was a tough run of fixtures by paper, but you were by far better than them. Whereas I don't think you're by far better than the Bayern now, and you've also got to play the second leg at their gaff. So for me,
I think we're better than Madrid now.
Yeah, I agree.
Getafe beat them the other day.
Bro, they lost to Celta Vigo. But they're awful. They're genuinely terrible this season, in my opinion. Mbappe's carried them. Mbappe's carried them this season. In terms of like, he just scored so many goals. It's just won them games. But I think City won't get to the final. I think Arsenal will get to the final, but I think Arsenal will lose the final if they get to it. Because I think Bayern will beat them in the final. But could you imagine though if they did win the League Cup and the champs?
Bro, we
and bear in mind they could win the FA Cup because they got Mansfield away in the next game, so they're winning that. They're in the quarterfinal.
We'd never stop hearing them. I'd have to retire from this whole football social media space. I couldn't hack it. Couldn't hack it. All these Arsenal
they won't win all four. That'll never be done. The quadruple will never be done, but it's still
man.
But yeah, man. Where do you think United finishing? Actual finishing, by the way, no trolling, because we do remember things on these channels.
Fourth. I think you'd actually.
So who's getting third?
Oh yeah, that's Villa.
You don't believe that though.
Let me stick my neck out. Villa are getting third. You lot are coming fourth.
You don't believe that. You know we got them at Old Trafford to come up. Do you know how many times they've won at Old Trafford since 1983?
How many times?
Guess.
0.
No, more.
1.
Facts. 1 time since 1983. So they're going to lose that.
2, bro. It's going to be 2. It's going to be 2.
Yeah, they're going to lose that game.
I'll have Villa above you lot. Let me stick my neck out on that one. I think Villa.
You don't actually believe that, though. I don't feel like you believe that.
I absolutely 100% wholeheartedly believe it, mate. Clip it. Clip it. Play at the end of the season when Villa are finished above you lot. Wholeheartedly believe it 100% it's happening.
So City win the league and Villa are finishing third.
Yeah, you lot are going to lose to Newcastle tonight. You know, the wheels are going to start to come off. Hopefully Villa step the game up a little bit. They're going to beat Chelsea. So it'll all be all right.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like a whole load of copium. Yeah, I'm saying, because it's a lot of wishful thinking.
That's like a whole load of facts, mate. I'm going to take your title off you. Louis talks facts, mate. You're going to be touchline footy.
We'll be taking your title off you soon, pal. Yeah, I mean, you
won't be taking any titles, mate.
Yeah,
you won't be taking anything.
13 times, mate, to your little weight, mate. You're almost there, pal. You're almost there, mate. You're almost catching up. Yeah, I'm saying. But we're beating Newcastle tonight, by the way. 3-1. We're going to slap them
3-1.
slapping them.
What's your record like against Newcastle?
That's terrible. We've lost last 3 times at St James's Park, and that's exactly why we're going to win.
Well, you were really confident. See,
yeah, this season we
I'm
won at
not allowed
Selhurst
to use
Park.
logic, but so I'm not allowed to use. Sorry, I have to use logic, but you don't have to use logic.
Do you want to use logic? We're better than Newcastle. That's one logic. We're a miles better team. We're like 12 points ahead of them. They're stuck in 13th.
Yeah, no, that's true.
They've lost 5 out of the last 6 games in the league. 5 out of the last 6 they've lost in the league. The only team they beat was Tottenham Hotspur. So let's be honest, they are genuinely awful. They've got no Votamada, no
Votamada, no Bruno G.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying? So they're leaking goals all over the gaff. We're scoring goals all over the gaff. They're going to play, obviously, when I watch them, they also will play open. They'll try and play against us. That suits United. We like teams that come and open up against us because we have more space. And Buemu, Cunha, Bruno, Sesko and all that, they like players like that. That's pure logic, mate. So, do you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, yours just got a bit of hoping thing, Newcastle, they might be able to do something. Maybe. But when we get the 3 points and Aston Villa probably, I don't know what the score will be, to be honest. I'm really stuck in 2 minds about that Aston Villa-Chelsea game, but ultimately, we'll play them Aston Villa after the international break and we'll slap them up at Old Trafford. And then once we do that, do you know what I'm saying? We'll probably be God knows how many points above them. And yeah, they've still got to play you lot on the last day. They've still got to play Liverpool on the second to last day. So they've got Liverpool and you lot in the last 2 games of the season. So yeah.
Do you think Carrick will get the job?
Probably. Him or Enrique, yeah.
Him or Enrique? You're really set on this Enrique thing.
Of course, mate. Enrique.
Why do you think Enrique would leave PSG to go to United?
Because we're the biggest club in the world.
But why would he leave a team that's already been very successful? That he already is.
Why did Pep leave Bayern to go City?
Because City's the best club in the world, mate. You can't turn down Manchester City. Listen, when Manchester City call your phone, you say yes. Pep Guardiola couldn't resist, mate. I
mean, Manchester City, I know a certain Brazilian called Robinho. They called his phone and he thought he was joining Man United. Do you know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what he did with Pep. Maybe Pep thought he was joining Man United. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I just can't see Enrique leaving, packing his bags and heading off to Old Trafford.
Got 1 year left in his deal. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying I definitely think he'll be on the list. And if he is available, I'd go and get him. I'd throw the book at him. I'd get him 15 million a year. Come and fix Man United. Do you get what I'm saying? He's a quality
that would
manager,
be quite
one of the best of his generation. I think no matter what, though, I think we get Carrick or Enrique. I think they both win us the Premier League or the Champions League or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to win something. We're going to win something.
I'd love Enrique after Pep leaves.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll go there. Do you
think say Pep left in the summer? Who do you think City? Who do you
get? Maresca. That's what I think you're getting.
If we get Maresca, I'm kicking off.
You're getting Maresca.
I don't want him anywhere near our club.
He left Chelsea. He left Chelsea, and he said no, don't pay me, bro. He's already got his next job lined up, and the only club he's winning with is you lot.
I just don't see how he's. What he's got on his CV that make us think, yeah, we'll get him. He's a man for the job. Like, he's just nowhere near City level. Like, in terms of what we've won, how he doesn't lace Pep's boots. He doesn't get into the room to have the opportunity.
Yeah, but no one does though, other than Enrique.
Nah, well, Enrique don't lace Pep's boots either. But I mean, like,
Enrique does. Enrique can chat to Pep. He's won 2 trebles, bro.
He can't chat to Pep.
He's done a treble and a sextable, like Pep.
Nah, he can't. I don't think he chat to him. He's not better than I don't think it's a debate. It's not a debate, is it? So he can't. He's not chatting to him.
I mean, yeah, but like
he beat
Pep Guardiola chat to Fergie.
Yeah.
Well, why? It's not a debate.
Yeah, it is a debate. He can chat to Fergie.
What's he got better than Fergie?
4 Pete.
We've established Fergie done 5 in a row, mate, because Chelsea cheated.
Nah. Well, that's just you can't just start rewriting history.
And also you won one in COVID.
Fergie and Pep is a debate. Enrique Pep isn't a debate. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. Enrique
hasn't Enrique 4-peated the League One as well?
No, has he 4-peated the League One?
I'm sure he's 4-peated.
Anyone can flip him 4-peat the League One, mate. Yeah, anyone can 4-peat League One.
You are right there. You are right.
But League One, you can't compare League One and Premier League. There's no way.
Right. You are right there. To be fair, I'm saying no. You are right there. There's this League One, but no one comes close to Joe. Is it?
Nah, I do think Enrique's class, and The football he plays as well is so exciting. Like very high intensity. The pressing is mad. I really enjoyed watching that PSG team last year.
Nah, fairs. I just think if he's available, I'd go and get him. But I think it probably will be Carrick. If he keeps us up, we'll have to wait and see to the end of the season. There's multiple things. There'll be Nagelsmann available. Obviously, Tuchel staying at England. I honestly don't know, bro. I honestly don't know. I'm here to ride the wave. Pause right now until the end of the season. Because I mean, right now this is the best we've had it for the last 2 years. No, probably since Ten Hag's first season, where we're just winning we're going into every game, so we're going to win. With currently the most informed team in the country, most points since Christmas, and you've played more games than us. So and we're going to beat Newcastle tonight. Then who do you want after Pep? You said Enrique, didn't you?
Enrique, in terms of success, Enrique, I would, I think Enrique's you can't say no to him in terms of a Pep replacement. Enrique would be my number one. I did a whole ranking on it on my channel. Go and check it out. Of potential Pep replacements after he leaves. So go have a look at that. Kompany, obviously, there's a whole thing about Kompany. I think it's just, I just think we don't need to rush in to go and get Kompany.
He's staying though because he signed a new deal.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think he's a great manager, but like, imagine he come in and it just went to pot, and then we'd have to say Kompany out and that. And I don't really like the idea of going down that route of bringing in an ex-player. We've seen it at Chelsea with Lampard, and I wouldn't like it. I think he's still a very young manager, but he can give him time to go to different clubs and gain more experience before he comes and takes on the City job. He's doing well at Bayern though. Bayern look very good. I think Kompany's a top manager. I think he's a top manager.
Yeah, same. I think he's a good coach as well. I think he's proven that at Bayern, the football they're playing. I think he'll win the Champions League this season as well, to be honest with you.
Mad. If you won the Champions League, that'd be crazy. Then maybe I would. That might sway me. I would want it.
The thing is, he won't go. He's not joining you lot though, because he's just signed a new deal.
What? So there's no way. Could there not be a clause in there that if someone at City coming for him, he could go?
There probably is, but it's like, I mean, how much is the clause saying, bro? Bro, what, like 20 million?
Yeah,
30 million?
Yeah.
And also, if he's signed a new deal, maybe you're right, but I think he'll probably want to stay there for a few years, get some more experience.
Yeah, I'm sure he would, bro. I'm sure he would. I mean, he's cushy over there. I mean, you got Bayern, you got the money, you can,
You're not Pep out, are you?
Nah. Oh, fuck off. No, sorry.
Yeah, because I get City fans that it winds me up when they say Pep out and stuff like that.
Yeah, pardon my language, but no way. I don't think Pep out would ever. It wouldn't cross my lips. Like that's pause. I think that's disgusting, bro. City fans are saying Pep out, like it's just ridiculous.
He won a 4-peat. Do you know what I'm saying? He won a treble, like he won a domestic, like he's reached a level like of so high in English football that, do you know what I'm saying? Only one other club has ever reached that level.
Also, Fergie had years where he didn't win trophies and he had dry years and still got through it.
He didn't spend 500 million though, but I hear it.
It was different era, mate.
Yeah, but he didn't have that. Pep Guardiola has a financial monopoly of every.
But you can't tell me United back in the day didn't go and just grab whoever they wanted. They grabbed. We didn't
spend that much money. It's actually factually
okay, correct. But you didn't have to spend that much money though. You didn't have to spend that much money. You had to pull anyway. It doesn't matter, regardless of whether it's money or
in the 90s, 9 teams spent more money than us, and we won 6 league titles.
Okay, but I'm not just saying that, bro. Like
you spent regardless
of whether we got the best players through money or attracting the players because it's Pep Guardiola and it's a good project. United every season would go and grab the best player. They'd be at the very top and stay at the top because they grabbed the best players in the league. So
I agree. You have to spend money to stay at the top. I'm not saying you don't, but I'm saying when people compare it to Fergie, I'm like, Fergie wasn't spending that much money, and he was having a few bad years maybe, but he'll have a year.
It's not like
and also Fergie never dropped off like Pep did. Like last season, Pep dropped off. Fergie carried on. That Fergie, as I said, bro, he was 1 point away against you.
He went trophyless in a season at times.
What, like twice?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Pep, how many times has Pep won trophyless? It's the same thing. All I'm saying is, we can't get on Pep's back straight away about it when, Fergie had dry patches as well and come out at the end of it and start winning again.
Like, Fergie didn't have the financial monopoly of everyone else, whereas Pep does. Pep's got the most expensive squad, and he spends the most money. He's got the best owners, and he's got the best structure, got the best everything.
Yeah, I hear it, but it's not like
Fergie had the worst owners. He had the Glazers, and he was still winning
the
treble.
It's not like Fergie was bringing in unheard of players and developing them to world class level. He was still getting the best players at the time. You know what I mean? It's not. He wasn't building teams from scratch and finding youngsters and bringing them up into the world class. You know, he was getting established players and winning the league with established players. It's not knocking Fergie. You know, that's a similar thing Pep's done. But
no, I do hear that. I do hear that. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think people that say Pep out is a load of nonsense. He can go 3 or 4 years without winning a trophy before you say that. Do you know what I'm saying? The level he's reached.
I don't think we could ever say that.
No, I've actually obviously no. I understand there's a difference between match going Man City fans and online City fans, but I've just seen City fans on YouTube say they want Pep out. Obviously, Patrick that goes on Never a Foul, he wants Pep out. I'm like, bro, it makes no sense to me because it's like, bro, this guy won 4 league titles in a row and stuff like that. I mean, he had 1 bad year, and now you want him out. Like, it's just cringe. You don't win the league every year. You never done. No English team's ever done that. You don't win the league every year, so it's like. What he's done, what he's achieved, even if he doesn't reach that level again, like that level isn't normal to reach. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, isn't normal to do what he.
No, I don't think City will never ever get back up to where we have been with Pep. We're never going to reach those same highs. We will never get to the level we reached in the Fergie. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, never going to happen.
We'll never get to them levels.
Not in my lifetime. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna wrap up, lads. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to Louis. Is in the title. Make sure if when City lose tonight, if he does a match reaction, I don't know if he does or whatever. Make sure you go and just wind him up and tell him how terrible his football club are. He's dirty, cheating, 115, Bertie, always in our shadow. Never in my lifetime will you ever be bigger than Man United. How about that? Not in my lifetime, mate. You'll be bigger than Manchester United Football Club. Never in your lifetime either, pal. Never in anyone's lifetime. Yeah, I'm saying the biggest club in the world. Make sure you go and wind them up when they lose tonight, because they're going to lose tonight. But what you got coming on your channel, bro?
I might be doing an interview outside the ground today with a few City fans, sticking it on YouTube. I'll be doing a match reaction. Yeah, man. Just stay tuned on the channel. Go and drop me a sub, show some support. That'd be great.
Score prediction for Arsenal Brighton.
What, me?
Yeah, actual score prediction. Don't do hoping.
Nah, 1-1. I can see Arsenal. So that's not even like. I think Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal. Brighton ain't gonna get a sniff.
Nah, I can away at Brighton. They've had bad results there before as well. I'm pretty sure.
Brighton are awful though this season.
Yeah, nah, really they beat They've not been that bad recently.
They beat you, yeah. They beat you, but that was like second game of the season.
They've not been that bad recently, though. Either they've not been that bad recent, as of recent, haven't they? I swear, they beat.
I think they've won the last 2 games. I think they won the last 2 games.
Yeah, they might be on a little bit of form. I can see. I can see a little bit of an upset there.
Yeah, now I'm going 3-0. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think City will drop points soon. So let's go 2-1 Forest. Screw it, mate. Morgan Gibbs White. I know you got something for me, bro. James, I know you got something for me. And Man United are winning against. We're gonna win.
No bias there. Yeah, no bias. Forest City on that one. No bias.
Yeah, no bias to win. Make sure you lot are there. By the way, 7:15. I'm doing the watch long for Newcastle Man United. Up the Reds. Make sure you're there. Big up to everyone in the chat. Smash the likes up. Subscribe to both channels as well. I'm out, people. Peace.